This episode is sponsored by the HMD Rosetta EQ. Use the code AudioNerds for $10 off at the helpmedevon.com store right now. Hurry. Now, on to your episode. Bro, we had the emergency start this podcast because Courtney started it off with, you're good, Court. It's probably just, I know it fell. Okay. Courtney started the pod, well, he just started a conversation of, he was like, I had to go to this chick house to fix her Pro Tools. We would love to know more about you going to some girl's house to fix the Pro Tools.
I don't even own Pro Tools, and I'd go.
Courtney is not a Pro Tools guy, but he's the guy.
I'm not.
Apparently. Wait, so what was the problem?
So
what did she tell you was the Pro Tools
problem? To be honest, it wasn't even her Pro Tools that was messing up. It was honestly her it was, and damn, this is gonna be bad. It's not sponsored. This is not me trying to make enemies, but not gonna lie, on Torres, you know?
It was an auto-tune.
It was an auto-tune problem.
It was the auto-tune problem. You know? It was just she reinstalled his stuff and she was just like, yo, the hybrid's not working for me. And I was like, Did you install your
I never heard of auto-tune hybrid.
That's funny. Wait, that's a deeper. I didn't even realize that joke. Keep going.
Y'all never seen auto-tune hybrid?
No. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing. I don't even know what it looks like, but I've seen it.
It's artists just like, which we thought was EFX. But anyways,
she got access.
Yeah.
It's auto-tune access.
She got auto-tune access?
It's literally...
No. It's literally auto-tune. It's artists, I'm pretty sure everybody in the comments like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, they do need to explain that a little bit. I don't
explain
understand.
hybrid, but yeah. I and the funniest thing is, I didn't even because I seen it and I was like, no, this shit is really just not... You just restarted your computer? Yeah, just factory reset it, You didn't change none of your credentials or nothing. No, installed it the same way. Wasn't working. 2 weeks later, she hit me back, or rather, I was like, "Yo, did you ever get back into recording? Did your thing fix itself?"
Right.
She's like, "I'm not gonna lie, I just turned on my computer one day and the shit was working."
Yo,
you know what happened?
Customer support with Courtney is crazy.
You know what happened?
What?
She thought Courtney was coming through to not fix it, so she could call him back to fix it another day. So she called another engineer,
and he fixed it.
And he fixed it.
And he fixed it. I think she might have been trying to get some studio time out of my boy.
Yeah, it's working. You might as well record me while I'm here.
Oh no, we definitely be recording. That's my guy, bro. That's my geyser. But Autotune really got to explain themselves not only for hybrid, but for that weird reinstallation issue. Like, what's going on with that?
1-800-12.
1-800.
12. Hey, but this is welcome to the My Audio Nerds podcast, the podcast for audio nerds like yourself. Please remember to comment, subscribe, like, and let us know what's on your mind. Just talk to us. Leave your @name in the comments for a free Factivity. Comment Factivity for a free copy.
It's gonna be mad Factivity.
I'm about to get
one person will get a free
copy
of either Rosetta EQ Gold or Rosetta Compressor Gold. Also, just become a member, support the pod. It really helps, and you get a bunch of free goodies, a bunch of extra content, and episodes way earlier than everybody. Everybody got the Leslie episode almost a week early.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I gave y'all that Leslie episode a week early,
like a
day
early.
In the premiere comments from 5 days ago, I'm like, yo.
It was, everybody was like, yo, wait, people been saw it.
If you're watching this, shout out to Premiere Gang watching this.
Premiere Gang. Good job for shouting them out. For sure. And please explain, people that literally at 2:15, we dropped episode 2:15 Wednesday. Literally, we all watch it together live.
Premiere Gang.
Yeah,
shout out to Premiere Gang.
I always pop in. Shout out to Premiere Gang. If you're not part of Premiere Gang, just catch us next week. 2:15 on Wednesdays. Yeah. Every week we haven't missed a week yet, God forbid. My name is LJ. I am an FL Studio user, and I'd like to believe one of the most elite FL Studio users on this side of the Nile.
I think so.
Of the Nile?
Of the Nile.
The Nile River.
I would say that.
All right.
I'm giving those flowers.
You'll give him those flowers. He's one of the most unique FL Studio users on this side of the Nile.
I'm one of
Larry,
the most. I'm
busy.
Larry is East Coast.
I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
Where is Busy?
I'm so sorry.
We don't know.
Yo,
we don't know.
Yo, all right, can I say something? Because Busy watches the episode. Yo, Busy, let me say something, bro. You are one of the most. You are Serban level mysterious.
Yeah, yo, he's the Serban of the audio YouTube community,
and he is Serban in a sense of no one's ever met you, man.
Everyone says it.
We was at Mixnick, and we was casually having a conversation.
We saw what's his name?
Oh, Mixed by L.
Yeah, we saw L, but no, I'm
Shout
talking
out
about
who?
The other I forget his name.
Who?
My Band Lab.
Oh, Sky Jordan. I met Sky already.
We
before.
saw Sky. We met Sky before
legend.
you.
Sky
Listen to me,
Jordan.
Busy Works. Come outside, man.
Yo, come outside.
But he's
All
pull
right,
up.
let me rephrase that. As a New Yorker, I'm one of the most elite on this side of the Major Deegan.
Oh,
Yo.
that was hard.
Let me. Oh no.
I don't know
African
why,
listeners,
but
people
that was fire.
For people that have no idea what he's talking about, he went from the Nile River to the Major Deegan. I just want to let everybody know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Those are very, very different places.
I'm not gonna lie. Same level of stature though.
You're right. The Major Deegan is
The
very
it's the
important.
Major
If you're from
Deegan.
New York, if you know,
But
you
I'm
know.
not gonna lie, he definitely do. You got to pop outside and definitely pull up on this couch
Yeah.
with us because I definitely want us to end. I'm not gonna lie, that would be one of the biggest guest intros.
What?
I would look forward to just for after we finish introducing him, ladies and gentlemen. And then he pulls up. Busy Works beats.
I just
I'll
want.
be like, yeah,
honestly,
clip.
there's one person I want like a drop from.
It's busy.
Busy.
It's busy. Like
Because
come on.
the voice, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Listening to the Audio Nerds podcast. Like that's just Busy
So
Works.
fire.
Shout out Busy. We
So
was
fire.
long story short, we was at
Pull
Big
up.
Snake and people were having a conversation and we all laughed because we was like, yo, you never met him? He's like, yo, me either.
Me neither.
Archie Beats was there and we all were having conversations and we was like, damn, yo, we never met Busy. Like everybody was like, we never met
What's your
Busy.
name, man?
Oh, my name is Devon Torah. I'm a Pro Tools user, proud Pro Tools user. Shout out to everybody that been on my live when I'm making music on Wednesdays, saying I'm blown away, not by the music, but by the fact that you're in Pro Tools doing this.
Yeah, that's a crime.
I get a lot of people that's like, yo, bro, I can't believe you're doing this in Pro Tools. I'm
That's
like,
a- that's-
So on
That's a
Tuesdays
crime.
you stream on Help Me Devon. On
Yes.
Wednesdays you stream on another
Devon Terrell.
mythical page, and then on Thursdays you streamline yourself to therapy. And what's your name?
Absolutely, because of your crimes. But you know what? It's okay because for every criminal,
You're the feds.
for
You're
every
literally the
criminal,
feds.
for
Go
every
ahead. What's your
for
name?
every criminal, there's a man in blue, Salmon in this case. I'm 12.
Sam
You already
and Blue
know.
are those are the.
What the hell is
It's
that?
Courtney
Those are
C.
baby shower.
I don't
costumes.
understand.
Two different. They are. But anyways, it's your boy Courtney Taylor representing the Ableton Advent. We're here.
At Ableton Advent?
Yeah, it's the
Yo,
Advent
people
of Ableton.
really like you. It blows my mind how much
Yeah.
people really like you.
He's the
I
he's,
just-
the he's the leader of the Live Legion.
of the Live Legion. I like that.
I'm going with that. That's
somebody
the one.
Somebody had a name for you, and they were them trying to get it to the front for a while. Like
For real?
Yeah.
Who?
I forgot. It was like well, the last snare bender is still the greatest
This
name.
is one
I
of the
ever
greatest,
heard.
top
I ain't gonna
three.
lie, calling you the last,
last
snare bender.
snare bender?
Hard. Of course, no one gives me a
Fire.
good name. Like everybody just kind of like lets me just.
You
flow
gave
the
yourself
guy.
you gave yourself Pro Tools
you don't
Poppy.
own your dog, so your nickname would be Broku.
Yo, as someone that loves anime. Yo, that's a great clip. I'm not gonna lie. I hope he leaves the part of me saying that's a great one. Broku? Because I don't own my Pro Tools. I'm Broku.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something funny I saw the other day? You know how I be making fun of Pro Tools? I'll be like, yo, when we get something new, all they do is release a guy like press left and then left. They did it again. I was like, bro, they posted again. We got like something new with memory locations, which is not a sexy new like feature, but I'm not gonna lie. To all my Pro Tools users that use Pro Tools, you know when you that update, they OD'd on memory locations. It's basically our function where we put markers and stuff like that. Our whole marker system just got like a big ass upgrade. Like it's fire. Like
I'm telling you, there's no one on earth that ever I watched them use Pro Tools, and it made me want to switch, except for
Ben Thomas.
That messed me up. And I told it to him. He's like, man, you always say that. But I was so serious.
Bro.
I've never watched a session and be like,
Bro,
I like this dog a little bit.
Ben Thomas
He made Pro Tools sexy.
is like the last airbender of Pro Tools. Bro.
Can I say something
of
actually real
recording.
quick?
Bro,
To how great and true that is?
him TZO, like, bro.
To how great and true that
Cruz,
is?
what?
Not gonna lie. And this actually proves Ben's point and your point about like they gotta step it up more with updating the community. Avid, there's no reason that the three of us are in a room and all the people in there, most likely they've all had experience with Pro Tools. They're all finding out through Ben Thomas that there's a shortcut for playlisting.
Yo,
What the hell?
I ain't gonna lie. He was showing us
What the hell?
shortcuts that was messing people up.
Yeah, 'cause
They was
niggas
like, you could do that?
it messed me up because I feel like I know 90% of FL shortcuts, when he was saying them and y'all was saying, I was like, y'all don't know y'all dog.
Oh no, mad people didn't know stuff. That's a fact.
Shout out
but it's
Benjamin
okay.
Thomas.
I think shout out to Ben Thomas for educating people on like honestly, Ben Thomas can literally travel around the city and teach a lost art of recording.
Yeah, no, he's really good at it.
Really
Like,
good.
It's great. He made me like Vocaline. It was a lot of things. I wonder, has nothing to do with nothing.
What?
I wonder why Avid Pro Tools wants to be a meme page. Moving on, how was y'all days?
Can I say something?
Shot.
Can I say something? Can I speak on something?
Please do, Pro Tools guy.
It's not just for Avid. Check this out. To all the audio brands out there, right? That instead of, if you look at your page, your audio page, right? I'm talking about audio community people that post content. If you look at your page right now and you see more jokes pulled from other pages or memes as opposed to your own content, I think you're doing yourself you're doing yourself harm.
Specific to companies, not like producer grind.
Yeah, not producer grind and stuff. I'm talking about
like those
companies.
Yeah, like if you are PreSonus and you are posting more jokes than information about Studio One, or like, here's our new piece.
But not even jokes. I'm talking about just memes from other pages. Like you could tell, when it's created from other pages, you're just posting those. I think you're doing yourself harm. Let me say why. Let me explain why I think they're doing it harm. I think they're doing harm because here goes. You get a joke, right? The joke is viral already. So of course, if you have an audio focused page and you throw that joke on your page, it's gonna work, right? For sure. So you go, wow, our page is cracking. Now here's what happens. Here's where the disconnect happens. You post about a new update in your DAW, something related to your actual product, and it bombs. Every time you post about your actual stuff, it bombs. Why? Because what you're creating is, on your page, I feel like you're creating like this fleeting fan base of people that are following it.
LMAOs, that's what you
LMAOs, right. They're not following you for the brand, or you're not building a brand. You're really just a meme page. And I'm seeing that
It's the
a
wrong
lot.
focus.
At
It's
the
the
same time-
wrong focus.
At the same time, what do we know? We don't get paid. This is out of our tax. Right?
Yes, I don't get paid.
I'm not a social media
That
manager,
too.
but that's as a consumer, it's strange that we're laughing more than we're learning. Another conversation.
That's an interesting one. I
Speaking
appreciate
of learning.
before you go any further, I appreciate the laughter, right? And learning.
Yeah.
I'm speaking specifically because the influencers, of course, make me laugh. I'm cool with that. I'm talking about the brands, like the big legacy brands, or not even legacy brands, just the big brands. It's like what Universal Audio is doing, and y'all know I be on here just killing UA. But what Universal Audio is doing, creating content, I like it. I forgot the young lady's name, but she's the one that's always doing stuff. Fire. Austrian Audio, fire. With the guy, Cardioid.
FL Studio just
Cardioid.
I got shout out to
Cardioid.
my rep. He emailed us. He was like, "Hey, send y'all stuff. Like, we're just gonna post there all the informative stuff, or if y'all made a record NFL, shows how you did, do a breakdown, and we'll post it. Like, it's that type of. That's cool.
That's okay. Well, that's cool because that's informative and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about when you could tell a page is just going, looking at the internet, ripping.
Because I think FL's going about it the right way.
You know, it's a strange thing actually too on that small sidebar.
Your
Please
dog don't even got to do nothing because
please
y'all
don't
got
forget where
so
you-
many people just.
That's facts.
Y'all got
That's
all
why we're
influencers.
dope.
That's
You're right.
facts.
Go ahead.
And please don't forget where you was gonna continue. But side note on that, ironically enough, whatchamacallit, when I downloaded the beta for 12.1, I was like, we got this little funny. The funniest thing is, I don't know how betas work for you or for you.
What?
But they took us to a separate website outside of the Ableton website. I was like, sign up, download this. And we got a little message, I'm assuming from the Ableton dev team, like they had some names at the bottom, like special thank you from so and so and so and so. And I was like, this is the first time I've ever felt like y'all actually communicated with me in like my almost 10 years of
In what
using
way?
this DAW. Just seeing a screen of just like, hey,
You're not alone, bro.
here's some people that actually work on the DAW, in case you didn't think they existed.
Oh,
I kid you not.
For the
Everyone-
beta.
I'm telling you, you're not alone. Everyone that's not Devon
What?
feels like that for Pro Tools.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
wait, no. What do you?
No,
Go
like,
ahead.
I feel
Imagine.
like regular people that use Pro Tools aren't be communicated to
No.
by Avid, and it's
Yeah.
that's just a program. That's how it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is. It's just FL. We set such a standard of like
Y'all really do though. No.
I'll
Talk
be
your shit.
I'll be clear with you too. I don't be knowing stuff all the time. Like when they coming out with stuff, like I didn't know.
Well, it's not about coming out. I'm just saying hearing from like FL has a forum built in. That's where they say, hey, what do you want to see in the update? Hey, what y'all think about skins? Send y'all skins so we could put it as default.
That's that's dope.
What new plugins y'all thinking? What emulation?
Right.
What problems are you facing? Here's a beta
Right.
for all y'all to have. It's not going to overwrite your FL Studio version.
It's gonna be another
Tell
version.
us what bugs you run into so we can squash them.
Right.
'Cause we can't put this out if you all have bugs. Got you. Here's a new beta. Here's a new beta. That's how. It's very open. It's very.
I think
You know
Avid,
what I mean?
we have a beta program, and that's about it. Like, so you can, like I said, my door is. I'm not gonna lie. Hearing you say that, it just lets me know my door is very corporate. It's very, very corporate, and I think we're so I think Pro Tools. I need to stop doing that. By the way, I think Pro Tools is so corporate because of that movie film side. Is so big. Like, you gotta realize, Avid, I think they sold for $1 billion privately. I think they bought it for $1 billion.
I gotta cut ass again though on that, but go ahead.
What you?
I
say
think
what you said.
Avid is out of touch because y'all rich. That's it.
Facts.
Well,
but
I'm
you know the
not
crazy
saying the
part?
other doors don't make money. I low key feel like FL makes so much money we don't know about. It's scary.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But however,
I looked at Avid's books for the most part,
look at him
and I looked at the balance sheet
wallet watching.
because I wanted to understand
gotta
things.
know.
I was like,
Nah,
why?
hey.
In my head, I was like, why is there not being like researching
Yeah.
this?
You know what?
this,
I
this?
felt like that
and I
with
looked
my-
at their books. I'm not gonna say what I found, but
I felt like that back in the day when my mom was like, we got McDonald's at home. I'm like, let me wallet watch so I can understand things.
your mom said we got McDonald's at home.
It was a joke. Now
Well,
they're
no.
gonna kill
I
me
know
in the
that term,
comment.
but what is that term?
Yeah,
What does that
they
mean?
It's like when we pass by McDonald's, she's like, nah, we got McDonald's.
We ain't got McDonald's, my nigga.
Okay, yeah. My mom used to say that too. Yeah.
And I'd be like, let me wallet watch so I can understand things.
What you
That's
mean
why-
by that? Yeah.
When you said I'm trying to understand things, pocket watch.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
get
It's
it.
gonna
a
lie,
joke.
though.
Now they're gonna go in the comments and say, I hate when he interrupts for a joke.
No.
Then
but
you
I'm
got a
not-
different hive.
I'm
Your
not
hive
gonna
is
lie,
I
though.
don't have a hive
Yes,
anymore.
you do. Are you
My
nuts?
hive died.
Are you nuts?
If
I'm
you
not
still
gonna lie,
rock
though.
with FL, man, just say the word.
If
in
you
the
don't think you have a
comment.
hive, bro,
I'm not
you're
gonna lie, though.
I'll be the
Courtney
only person
has-
that feel like I don't have a hive.
Courtney's
I hope
hive is
that-
annoying.
Courtney has the biggest hive on the Audio Nerds podcast.
I appreciate y'all for real. I'm not gonna lie. I really hope that's not the case with Avid, because again, once again, I hope the hive gets behind me on this one. But what
He's
y'all
going on
really
his
do,
hive. I like it.
I'm like sitting here just like, damn, I'm kind of teetering on the edge here.
What?
But I hope it's not from the film industry standard, or what's the word? Reputation that they built up, because I'm not gonna lie, and you know my biggest problem when it comes to films.
What?
Why y'all still mixing these scores, soundtracks in Avid? And when I go to Dolby, when I go to IMAX, or when I watch the movie at home day one release, that shit is still not compressed, bro. I'm still riding the volume fader on my fucking TV remote.
Oh,
It's not cool.
Well, can I say something about that? I've heard a lot of directors, and sound people like that
I feel
are
like I heard this
overseeing.
too.
They don't like throwing limiters on the sound because they feel like it ruins the experience. So I've heard that they just don't want to process it that way because it ruins everything to them.
Well, then I guess my fault. And hey, again, this is me just making another big
You know what
shot.
just came to mind?
What?
You know what just came to mind?
What?
What?
I think I'm not, and I'm gonna be speaking out my behind. So feel free to
Please
kill
think
me.
about what you're about to say.
It's okay.
I was about
wonder
to.
what
I'm not editing.
audio would have looked like right now
Mm-hmm.
if instead of Atmos, the Atmos setup being the future we depended on.
Mm-hmm.
What if we all what if it was Sonos?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, everybody got a Sonos setup,
Yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah.
What if they came out with a guide of like, all right, here's where you place it, yada, yada. And now we're in the consumer's homes. They have it placed a certain way. What if mixes were made for that? Because a lot of people have it. Dolby, I think the biggest thing with Atmos is that
It's so specific.
And the consumer,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like the consumer cares for it.
It doesn't.
I don't
they
even
don't.
think movie theater. I haven't been to a movie theater with Sonos, and I mean,
You mean
with Atmos? Yeah,
No,
same.
they
want
are.
to.
They
Same.
are surround. What is
No,
in
I've been to a
theaters?
theater.
Theaters
but
is
surround sound, but that's
5.1
different than
is different from Atmos.
No.
Because Atmos, I went to the
theaters
Atmos
is more than
theater.
5.1.
No, it's way more than 5.
It's
but
way more.
It's surround sound. It's not.
Yeah.
It's immersive. It's not Atmos.
Yeah.
I've been to the Atmos theater, Dolby's Atmos theater in New York, in Manhattan, for an amazing album release.
Okay.
And I love
I know what
the
you're talking
album.
about.
See, Illuminati to shit.
But
not true.
I'm not saying her name.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Shout out DC.
My mans was
I love
there.
you.
I
love
I
Angie
didn't
DC.
even know we
Hey.
had a New York one. Didn't know that.
Hey, my man's was there.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
if
that.
we- if we
Yo,
go-
for him to go
Hey.
It's like,
hey,
wow,
no,
you
no,
ain't
no,
know?
no, no.
If we
My
go
mans
name
was
drop,
there.
let's
This
name
is not
drop.
Illuminati.
So shout out Rhapsody. She put out an amazing
Shout
album
out
this
Rhapsody.
year. Probably rap album of the year to me, but
I felt that.
she had Adobe Atmos listening.
Yep.
And I came in late. Shout out Rory from the New Rory and Wall podcast. I ended up sitting like right next to him.
Oh, what's
Ufari,
up?
Right by him, Ufari. But I came in late. I came in on like track 7. It's a 21 track album. Right. So I'm sitting in the back corner hearing mad snare and reverb. I don't like the idea of that. Like Dolby is so specific. You got to sit in the middle to get the best
I'm about to
experience.
say, you know what's funny about that?
Some
Can I just get a quick little
Go ahead.
a quick little LJ off?
Go ahead.
So sitting in the back, either left or right, whatever. Sitting in the back for Atmos is the equivalent to sitting front row in the movie theaters. Like, now I gotta do this.
Now I gotta do
Dang,
this.
that was good.
But the thing is, it was my first time hearing the album.
Oh.
So it's
yeah,
like,
you couldn't make
whoa. And I couldn't even go back and listen to it in stereo for like another 4 days or
Right.
something.
How did you like it?
No,
In
the
Atmos?
album was amazing.
Yeah, he loves the album.
Atmos, I felt like I should have experienced it in a better place
Okay.
as far as placement was concerned.
But then when you
That's
think
what
of
it is.
that
It's not. I don't think Atmos is a shared experience.
at all,
Atmos is very
Wow,
singular.
What a good way to put it.
I super
Yeah, and I
agree
don't
with you.
think it should. Not it should exist. I think it should be marketed and I guess more specified for it to be a solo experience because that's what it is. And in that, make a headphone, make like adapt it with AirPods. That was the best way to do it. Speakers, we're not buying that to not share it with the family. We're not. If I'm buying an Atmos setup and I'm putting it in my home theater, I'm not watching The Simpsons by myself every day.
I get that.
You know what I mean? I'm not watching.
Dang it.
These,
You know what? I do think
it's a
there's
very singular
a
experience.
huge divide between the consumerism of Atmos and just what Atmos is because it's really cool, it's amazing, but I just think about it from a consumer. I'm just saying, is my mom really gonna care like
she's
about
not.
the speakers and the system? Because in the end of the day, I look at it and I say, okay, what's the difference between? I try to look at it like this. I try to really think about look at the history of like speakers and sound. I say, okay, we went from a monophonic speaker, right?
Yeah.
You sat in front of this speaker, and everybody could hear it. You heard it. You heard it. Sure, the person in the dead center heard it louder, but nonetheless, we're all kind of hearing it.
And it's almost an equal experience amongst us.
Right. Then we got stereo, 2 speakers, everybody can stand in the same spot. Actually, I can hear it a little better now if I'm over here because I'm getting a projection here. Now we all are
Yeah,
experiencing
and
it.
even though there's left and right, it's still
Right. It's still kind of
It can
like a
be
pumping
shared, yeah.
straight at me.
But then
now
go ahead, now, do you think?
we go to Atmos, and it's a lot of speakers.
Yeah.
And I have to really genuinely be in a certain spot.
You gotta both figure it out and also figure out the setup and figure out where you gonna sit.
The best idea I've seen so far, and then you can go ahead. The best idea I've seen so far was Sonos. And Sonos had the one, remember we was sitting with Baines and them at the NAMM before the last one, where it was like a 3-speaker setup for Atmos,
Yeah.
and it fired to the
I
ceiling.
think that was the last one.
No, that wasn't the last one.
Oh.
Because
Second to last,
that
yeah.
was the first time I ever even saw Baines and saw all of them. I never met them before yet. Yeah.
I think I did.
This one, it was that first name.
Not playing. I'm playing.
No, it wasn't that. But it fired to the ceiling. It was really dope. And I was like, okay, this is a cooler experience. I said,
Yeah,
and we
fun.
all were sharing it. So I think
I like that more, and it feels
Way more.
We were sharing it. That's what it
Right.
was. But I haven't had I'll just be honest. In the 4 years of Atmos taking over audio, and I'm not hiding from it. It's not something that shows up in my everyday life, but it does show up a lot because of what we do in the rooms that we're in and the things that we get demonstrated. I haven't had a good Atmos experience yet.
the best.
Aside from like
Were we
when
together?
we're in a room and Jonathan Morrison puts me in the dead center.
I was about to say that was.
Of course,
that was
it's gonna
cool.
sound amazing. It's
Shout
just
out
it's
Jonathan.
made for
OG
me.
shout out Jonathan
But I
Morrison.
wonder with Darty in the back corner, is she experiencing
No.
it like me?
When we were on the side, when Sanjay and them was there, and we was on the side, I was like, I'm not here. I'm not getting what everybody else
None
is
of
getting
this.
over there.
While we're saying this, I don't know if we ever said this on the pod. Shout out to Jonathan Morrison.
OG.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
I know what you're about to say.
We love you, man.
Love you, dude.
That's it. I don't even want to like dim it with everything. He's obviously been going through a lot.
Going through
I
a
was
lot.
excited when he first hit Devon up. And I hit Dev like, yo, this crazy YouTuber, because he made me buy like a bunch
Everything.
of stuff. No, when I had no money, I was like,
Right.
oh, I want this $50 Android that he liked.
Yeah.
And shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I was I'm a big tech YouTuber fan. So MKBHD,
Shout out Marcus
Unbox
Brown.
Therapy. I love that world.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Morrison was such a huge part of that world.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
recently went through a like tumultuous time. And,
With his health.
With his health. And we're praying for you. We love you, bro.
Yeah.
And you got all of our support. He introduced us immensely we were introduced to Dolby Atmos, but not like that.
Not like that. He was like,
he was putting us on. He was like,
Yeah.
and he's very invested into that world.
He's the
Absolutely.
reason. He's the reason why I have that Apogee Symphony.
Wow. Word.
So I'm the reason why I think he he was about to buy the Neve Portico because he saw my tutorial. That's how we connected. So he saw my Neve Portico tutorial, and then we connected from there. And then we started talking about music and doing stuff. And then I went to his studio and I was like, what's his interface? He was like, oh, this is Apogee's new interface. It's crazy. And then remember, he brought us to Apogee's headquarters too. And they was telling me about the master edition. I was like, and I heard it and I was like, yo, I want this. And I literally got that because of Jonathan. You just made me realize I got that.
Wow.
I would have never got that interface if it wasn't for Jonathan. Shout out Jonathan Morrison, man, for real.
Hey, we praying for you, bro.
Yeah, prayers up. For real, for real.
I wondered, and I would love to hear from y'all, especially for this conversation.
The feelings on Atmos.
Feelings on Atmos. Is it time to make a judgment on it? I feel like it's been almost 5 years. We're going on 5 years. Is it time to make that judgment? Is it time to write it off or invest into it? Because I know a lot of people have invested time.
And money.
And
a lot
one
of money.
thing that is keeping me in Atmos, I'm going to say, is money.
Yeah.
Why? Because Apple Music's going to pay me double to have an Atmos version.
Yeah, see,
so why
but
not?
That's how the world. Welcome to capitalism, ladies and gentlemen.
at its
If you
finest.
incentivize, it will come.
But
so,
now let's incentivize the. I put it like this: when I was younger, not saying people ran out in droves to buy it, but it seemed from my 10-year-old eyes
By what?
that surround sound was more hyped.
It was
than, and that was Dolby as well, right?
5.1.
Yeah.
5.1
Yeah, that's all
was
of that
way
is Dolby,
more
yeah.
hyped than
The
this
Atmos.
is.
It was.
I see this as an evolution of it.
Got you.
But I don't
Yeah.
know if it's being
Can I say
consumed
why?
that way.
Because
Why?
I was there. Home theaters, it got real big. Like home theater. That home theater kind of niche got really big, and the projector screens with the 5.1.
But you also gotta think about
the marketing was great. The marketing
It
was a lot better.
But you know why though? Because the need that it was filling for the consumer, like LJ just said, compared to Atmos, it was a way smaller disparity. When it comes to 5.1, people were already at that time in that age. I'm trying to trick out the studio. I'm trying to trick out the car with subwoofers or speaker systems. I'm trying to trick out the
good
home.
timing.
Wait,
You know,
Good timing.
and the equipment was way more affordable than Atmos.
let's double
It
down on it.
was.
Let's double down on it.
You can pay like a
5.1
stack and get a surround sound system.
Pretty good one.
5.1
Yeah.
was made with movies in mind.
It was a movie
Dolby
thing.
Made with music in mind, but they're not even
They're not
they're not
considering.
even no, they're not marketing it to music consumers.
It
They've been
doesn't feel like
selling
that
us.
way.
This is a Ponzi scheme, y'all.
I'm not.
I'm kidding.
I'm not
Jokes.
saying this.
I know companies be getting mad at me. I'm joking. But y'all don't feel like they've been selling it to us more than
the
they've been
actual
selling it
consumers?
to the actual people listening.
Can I
Yeah.
say this? I think that and we're talking out our behind.
Like,
by the way,
booties.
I think that they need to get the engineers on board because we're going to be the ones to fill up the content and create the content so that they can go sell it to the consumer at some point.
But
the
we-
Grammys is
some
involved.
point-
Think
at-
about how many things is involved
sure.
in Atmos.
At some point, it's almost, we're moving 5 years, and maybe I'm moving too fast. But I'm thinking like, if I'm Apple, and I got the Billie Eilish album, and we got the rights to throw the track list, yada yada, why not drop the Dolby Atmos version 6 hours before or something like that? Like what can incentivize the consumer to want to choose that version
get you.
before? Because we all got AirPods.
True.
You know what I mean?
But can
Like,
I be honest? Which one of us, and this is me being dead honest, do we really like the spatial
No, absolutely
in my headphones?
No.
I absolutely do not like it. I turn it off. And
But
it comes
I can
on.
imagine-
Isn't it funny how it comes on? You be like, I did
I
not
be
turn
getting
this
tight.
on.
But I can imagine some people felt like that when stereo came out and they had mad tambourine on the left ear and guitar on the right.
So, okay, good point. So when stereo came out, the mixes were kind of wild in reference to today, right? Where I never forget in Full Sail, they was playing us like the history of music and they was playing us like a Ray Charles record when stereo first started to come on the scene, and Ray Charles was dead all the way to the right in one speaker, and his keys and his piano was all the way to the left.
Yeah.
And it's like Atmos where everyone's doing the swirls and the pow, but I've been talking to Atmos engineers lately, and they've been saying what we've been realizing is to keep the mix a little bit more static and let it just open things up and place things more. And you do a little bit of kind of, but for the most part, you just put things out.
I keep saying, I brought up before.
That some people have told me this.
I brought up before Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody when stereo first was coming out. And that is again, I'll always say it, listen to it. It's a wild example of how stereo really worked in that time when people were like, we're going to really push it to its limits. And it still amazes me how the version of it that I listen to, I haven't seen a version on Apple Music or streaming where it's like remastered. You know, they make a big point of like, oh, this has been retouched.
Remastered Biggie. I remember, I've been to those albums.
It's not remastered, the versions that I've still been listening to up to this day. And I'm just like, I know the easy come, easy go, like that's left and right, but listening to it off the phone, off a speaker, I'm like, nah, this is dead in the center. Like I can still hear it, and it's not disturbed. But when you put it in the headphones, right here, nothing in the middle. Right here, nothing in the middle. That's so dope to me.
Here's another theory.
Kendrick does that too.
And I be having these theories that be wrong.
What?
Right?
Or Ali, basically.
Yeah, Ali.
Kendrick.
Shout out Ali.
Shout out Mixed by Ali.
Mr. Derek Ali.
Yo, we miss you, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, what's up with you, bro?
OD,
Hey,
man.
what's up with you? I'll be
Stop.
gang member.
I'll tell him
I'll
to
be
talking to my head end, no sidebar.
I'll tell him to hit you up when he free.
Illuminati?
He's
Hey,
teaching.
man.
He's teaching at Harvard right now.
I know. I
He
see.
is?
That's big homie right
That's
there.
big homie, yeah.
He is dang. He's making me feel like
Nah, I
a-
missed him.
Maybe
I miss
it's
hanging out with
you
them. I
make me
haven't hung
feel
out with them in a
like
while.
Hey man, I'll let them know when they free. They'll hit you. All right.
You appreciate that, big homie?
Of course, little bro.
Big sweater.
So.
That shit messed
What
him
was I
up.
finna say?
Yeah,
That shit, yo, this nigga, yo, you was really
grown man
Batman.
call.
He was like, whoa, I'm Bruce Wayne,
Yo.
Batman.
I think it's also, and I could be wrong, a technology plateau. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
When 3D came out, it was like, whoa, this is cool. After that, once
have
they
a
tried
hot
to
take.
add smell-o-vision
4D.
and all this shit,
That's
it was
4D.
like extra. It was like, we don't need all of that.
Yeah, 4D was wild.
We got
Yeah.
2 ears.
Yeah.
Stereo is perfect. We don't got a top ear. We don't got a bottom. We don't got something under here. Like we don't got nothing back here.
Okay.
It's cool. It's a nice experience. Is it daily consumerism? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
If you're gonna
Dobie, we'd love to chat with y'all because we I'm sure to some of y'all
If
we
you're
sound
asking
very
me-
ignorant.
Of course we
And
sound
it's
ignorant, I'm
cool.
sure.
But we
Yeah.
don't.
But-
the fact that we don't know,
But
it's like
what
let
I
us know,
will
bro.
say, if Dobie even sees this, is, hey, maybe a lot of people feel this way. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I know a lot of people feel this way. And I'm still trying to figure out, not in my engineering life. I get it in the engineering life. Like, okay, speakers, blah, blah, blah. I get the coolness factor. I'm just trying to figure out from the consumer side.
about to say, you know what it is?
Like, how do we make
My
them
homie-
care? Do people care? Is cars the way?
I got you too.
Like, you
My
know?
my homies and cars are not the way. I wish y'all would tailor.
Atmos in a
If y'all tailor Atmos to the car, is the driver the main? Like
I
you
think
know
that's
what I
kind
mean?
of dangerous.
I'm not gonna
Because
lie.
something kind of feel like
My
I'm like, oh,
man's,
shit.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
What you
My
call it?
man's pull up just like, yo, listen to this new Kendrick album
All
in
around.
Atmos. I'm gonna be like, yo, good looks for the ride. I'm out.
It might.
I'm not
we
listening
cry
to that.
together in Atmos.
It might bust
Amazing.
though.
We cry together
I'm
in
listening to
Atmos
his
might be
vocal like
amazing.
Levens just said on the like he's just yelling in my ear on the left. Like, bro, I'm good.
I love it. I love it.
Might
But
bust.
I think just educate us, man.
Yeah, for real.
I think educators. I'd like
Give
to
us
know
more.
What's the plan?
What's the plan? I'd like to know what
we're,
the plan
we're
is.
all
Where's it
ears,
going?
But I can't even convince my homies that don't do music not to bring the bass all the way up on the Spotify EQ they just found. I'm like, hey, it's louder if you just bring it down to the middle. Nah, but the bass, I'm telling you, I tried this, bro. They got the bass up and the treble up. It looked like a big ass U.
And ladies and gentlemen,
This has been
that's why you should make sure that your masters are not clipping before they go to Spotify, because somebody is
Is
gonna
doing
turn
it.
up the bass. This
the
has
U
been
curve.
the facts. This has been the My Audio Nerds podcast for audio nerds like yourself. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Remember, one lucky person in that comment section is going to get that VIP Gold Edition Rosetta EQ or compressor. Also, become a paid member of the channel. It would help so much. You get really cool things. Our Diamond members, for instance, get access to really cool merchandise and
Drip.
stuff like that in the store that's only special for them. There's more stuff coming for everyone with the Gold and Platinum Platinum as well. You also get exclusive videos and content and money in the store. For instance, our members saw this video way before you, and that's why you're seeing these comments in here very early. And yeah.
And remember, stop killing your computer with them 7 instances of Ozone just for Spotify to dumb it down. This has been the My Audio Nerds podcast.
You know what's so troubling about that? I feel like people really don't be realizing that they could actually just use the whole